Hi, welcome to Rye's Room. I'm Ryan, this is my room. Yeah, I'm back and I got something else to talk about. Of course, you know it. It's the G8 G20 summit. I have to give my views on that. Let's start with, the big question. Are these summits really worth the time and effort that are put into them? Um, you know, do we ever see any real policy agreements or treaties or negotiations happening before the public? And the answer, I think, typically is no. What you see in the press, when the press talks about covering the summit, what you see is a lot of ambiguous comments, the likes of which that we see coming out of the United Nations all the time, or the likes of which that we see coming out of political press conferences or elections platforms, or parliamentary debates all the time. So we don't see any concrete agreements or what have you. And so, if there are any policy discussions that occur at these tables, I question whether or not, I understand that it's important for politicians to talk, and it is, believe me. And if that purpose is served by the G8 G20 summits, great. But can't they video conference? I mean, yeah, the internet's a wonderful tool for telecommunications, and there are telecommunications options everywhere now. But if they're concerned about security, again, it goes back to security. If they're concerned about security, then why don't they use a tried and true method? I know it's extremely low tech, but let's go with the conference call. Let's have Prime Minister Harper, President Obama, the Chinese Prime Minister, and everybody else from the G8, G20, everybody get on the phone from their office and have a good old-fashioned conference call. If they can't do a secure video phone sort of setup. And I think that the same ends would be achieved. You wouldn't have the face-to-face interaction, but hey, leaders get enough of that anyway. I mean, I don't think I'm alone in thinking this. In fact, it's not a new idea. I heard it proposed by someone not too long ago in the media. Also in the media, and I don't remember which network I saw this on. I think it was probably the CBC, I don't know. Someone went out on the street with a camera and a microphone and asked the average citizen in Toronto, of course, I believe it was Toronto, if they could name 3 achievements or successes that had come out of any G8, G20 summit. And the answer, I believe, was no. I don't believe this individual found anyone that could name 3, maybe 1, maybe 2. I don't even think even that many, but don't quote me because I don't even remember exactly where I saw this. I just remember that I did. So if that's the case, if I am correct in what I'm saying here, and I'm pretty sure I am, then why have summits where the world leaders come from everywhere to a country? We disrupt the lives of ordinary citizens and people going to work. Why come to a summit where concrete statements are not made, where it's just politics and roundtable political discussion as usual? As I said, we see enough of that in Parliament or in Congress or, sometimes in the Rose Garden of the White House. So I really have to ask the question. I wonder, though, if the G8, G20 conference, summits, doesn't serve another purpose that perhaps people don't think about very much. And that's this. The summits do attract protesters, do attract activists. And perhaps that is what they are really designed to do, is to give people a focus for their anger, a focus for their frustration, a focus for their concerns, and to give people the feeling that they are participating in the democratic process, while at the same time constraining that participation, to show them that the rule of law is firmly in hand and in charge. I know it's a cynical way to think and speak, but folks, frankly, that's all I've got. And it just occurs to me that I heard a quote once. A historical figure said this. I think her name was Marie Antoinette, and the quote is, "They want cake, let them eat cake." I don't know if it's direct, but let them eat cake. I know that someone said that, and I'm pretty sure it was Marie Antoinette. And she was a member of the ruling class, and she was apparently so far removed from the common person that she assumed that what everyone was so angry about was that they were not getting enough cake, when what people were angry about were obviously some deeper issues, because she later on apparently had her head chopped off. So obviously she was I shouldn't laugh, but kind of out of sync with public opinion there. So I wonder if this isn't the world leaders' attempt to give people a way to vent their frustration and yet maintain control. Someone once said to me that they felt like what our political system did was give us just enough freedom, just enough of an illusion of a say to keep us all satisfied and to keep us all in line. And that is an even more cynical thing to say. That was this individual's opinion, who I will not name. Not necessarily mine, although I do find it an interesting perspective, and I've thought about it quite a bit. I'm not going to get into philosophy here. I've already expressed my viewpoint, not really my opinion. I am of the mindset, though, that if there are no, real concrete, matter-of-fact, meat-and-potato statements made through the G8, G20 summits, that perhaps politicians could do their politicking over the phone at home and save a bunch of money. Because I gotta tell you, on the news just recently, I saw a news story where people were trying to go to work in areas that were around or near the fenced-off areas where the world leaders are going to be meeting. And there were police officers checking IDs. That was kind of a scary sight, folks. I was led to wonder just how Orwellian we become in our security arrangements when that happens. And yet, just today, or perhaps it was yesterday, someone with weapons was arrested. So I wonder if the security arrangements are not justified. I can't say either way. It does seem excessive, but I don't know for sure, and that's going to be a big problem. It's going to be interesting to see what the Auditor General has to say after this whole thing's over. Having said that, though, I love the fake lake story. I know it's old now, but I love it. I don't get enough of it. It is such a, that is a waste. It's earned one name. It's got a variety of names, but the one that sticks most with me is Lake Waste of My Taxes. I mean, I'm glad I can say that without laughing through it, because it's so funny. So, but that's how I feel about the G8 right now. That's my opinion. Take from it what you will. Please, nobody think that this is a license to go out and do anything at the G8, G20 summits. It's not. If you want to protest and have your voice be heard, that's fine. But please, leave the property alone. The people who own those stores and those businesses, they're not doing anything against you. Protest peacefully, and let's have everybody get out uninjured, safe, and alive. Protesters and police alike. Okay? Thanks a lot. And I'll see you soon in Rise Room. Bye for now.